Hi guys. Today I'm here to talk about how I feel celebrity endorsements are foolish. Meaning, like, why for certain celebrities we buy their albums, like the artists, or like we pay to like fund certain celebrities, like in any way, whether it mean like paying to see their movie or you know like I said, buying their album, downloading their music and buying it like off of iTunes or something of that nature. I feel like endorsing a celebrity that doesn't deserve it um is pretty foolish, and I'll get to what I mean by that in a minute. But basically what I'm trying to say is like, okay, for example here, Rihanna supposedly is back together with Chris Brown, who I read the complete police report recently because they finally released the whole thing of what happened that night when Chris Brown mercifully beat Rihanna. Um, you would think that like after everything they went through, all those restraining orders, that whole mess that the whole world knew about, you think that they would never see themselves together again. Well, they are. Not only are they supposedly, I have something on the camera, hang on. Not only are they supposedly together again, but they've released a couple of songs together. How cute, right? Um, but the report reveals that like there is way more to it than most of the world was aware of. Turns out that night, I mean, he beat her mercifully for many hours, all because she wanted to see his phone, like his text messages, because I guess he was just texting an old lover, so to speak. So she was curious about it, kind of rightfully so. Looked at his phone, wanted to see it, snatched the phone from her, started beating her. And then when she tried to call for help, it got worse, it escalated. Tried to use his phone to call for help, it escalated even more. Um, she then pulled the keys out, and this is the short version, by the way. I'm not even telling you all the gruesome details. If you want to read the police report yourself, go to perezhilton.com, type Rihanna in the Star Seeker section, and then scroll all the way down until you find the police report revealed, or it'll say something like that. Um, and basically, where was I? I'm sorry. Basically, she stopped the car by pulling the key out of the ignition, and that pissed him off just a little bit. His Lamborghini that he spent who knows how much money on. Um, so he charged at her and beat her mercilessly some more. Left her in the street. She was crying for help and laying in the street, couldn't move. And then someone called for help, and this is how this all panned out the way it did. Um, but as it turns out, we only heard that he just punched her in the face a couple of times. Granted, that's not a good situation. I'm not saying that, but that is like the sugar coated version of what really happened. Um, so to find all that out after the fact that they're back together is pretty sickening because it makes you really realize how much endorsing in Rihanna is so foolish in any way. Paying to see her movies because she is releasing a movie soon. I've heard. We even wasting time watching her music videos, even wasting time. Now, granted, this is hard for me because I do like her music, but her as a person, I think she's kind of a piece of shit. Um, because how can you possibly passionately love someone like that who's willing to treat you that way? Rihanna is a beautiful woman. Rihanna can find anyone in the world, any guy in the world she wants. And the fact that she is choosing the one who ultimately ruined her is sad. It really is. But at the same time, it really makes you realize how much she doesn't care about what her fans think. Because I'm pretty sure if her fans truly care about her, like I'm sure there's a lot of passionate fans out there that care for her deeply. You think that she would sort of care about what they think in any way. Like with me, I'm not a celebrity of any kind, and I can't say I know what that's like. But if I were under that much pressure, and if I had that many people relying on me and all these young girls looking up to me, I would somewhat wonder, what are these young girls gonna think? What are these young girls gonna think if I end up back with him? Are they gonna think that this is okay? Are they gonna think that, oh, if I love him and if I make so much money, Me and him can be happily ever after and all that, stupid Disney shit. No, none of that is true in this case. Like, this isn't gonna work out. I'm not saying he's gonna beat her again, but she's opening the door for that to happen again. Um, with that being said, I am gonna bring up Whitney Houston, Jesus. I am gonna bring up Whitney Houston. Um, Granted, Whitney Houston was an extremely talented celebrity and singer and artist. She was a creator. She was amazing. She inspired many artists that are out there today, such as Rihanna, for example. And it's a tragedy that she left the world with only certain memories. But again, at the same time, she has been talked about way more than any soldier that is overseas that has died. Usually, like, we're lucky if a soldier that's died overseas gets 10 minutes on the news, gets his or her, oh my god, gets his or her own segment on the news, let alone Whitney Houston gets a whole 3 hours at the Grammy Awards being talked about, like, on and off throughout the whole thing. But still, it's the fact that, yes, she is a talent. Yes, she was a wonderful singer. She had a wonderful voice. But we have these people overseas dying for us every day, taking their own lives for us, and we don't even give them the time. We don't even give them 5 minutes in a day to even think about them or to talk about them on the news. And if we do, it's a very quick thing, it seems like. It seems like the whole world isn't aware of, you know, a specific soldier who took his life for our country and for our people and for his family. You know, we don't know his name. We know Whitney Houston's name. We know that she died. We know the memory she left us, but we don't know about a lot of these soldiers that are overseas that have their memories here. We don't know what they left us. It's sad, it really is. It really shows how much pride our country takes in these celebrities. Granted, I can go on and on. I can mention Lindsay Lohan. I can mention Kim Kardashian. I can mention the Jersey Shore. I can mention a million people. Um, Nah, I really can. I don't have the time of day to think of a million people. But it's the concept of the idea that I can mention so many people that are being wrongly endorsed, so to speak, for something they don't deserve. That's just my opinion. Has nothing to do with race. I realize I did happen to pick two African American women, but I am not a racist at all whatsoever. In fact, like I said, I love Rihanna's music. I should say, Whitney Houston's music. It's sad that she's not able to be here to make any more, of course. But I'm just trying to stress the idea that, there should be more going around here. There should be more talk of these courageous beings that are doing all these things. Like, not even just war veterans. I'm talking like, you know, um, I don't know, like the kid who is an honor roll student and yet he works, a job and he does sports and he still comes home on time and still has time for friends but doesn't get involved in drugs and alcohol. That is awesome. That is somebody we should be talking about. These kinds of people are people we should be hearing more about. Or like the single mom who's involved with her children and is juggling everything to just keep her family going and keep her children happy. These are people we should be talking about. We shouldn't be talking about these celebrities who are digging their own hole, making their own beds and lying in it, and endorsing them so heavily. It's just America is such an obsessive culture when it comes to celebrities. Like, we are obsessed, and I don't think that's ever going to go away. And it's sad because, I mean, even in one of my social problems classes I had at college, it's been talked about that this is going to be a thing for a while. It seems like this doesn't seem like a trend that's anywhere near going away. I mean, celebrities are our focal point, in the media and everywhere, magazines. You can't even avoid it. Like, you walk into a Walmart and the first thing you're gonna see is a magazine that says, so and so is pregnant. Who would be the baby daddy? Like, or so and so is cheating on so and so. Like, okay, I don't care anymore about any of that. Like, I never really did. And now it's just getting so worse. And I'm realizing I'm going 10 minutes here. This is getting ridiculous. Again, I am technically wrongly endorsing people too by wasting 10 minutes of my time and your time talking about celebrities. But, it's just an important issue to discuss because really, it's, I just really don't want more and more people realizing that they're wasting their time and their energy on celebrity endorsement. And I really would hope that if you are going to endorse a celebrity and you are going to really take pride in one, that you take pride in the right one and for the right reasons. Because there's some people out there who deserve it way more. Like Adele, for example. I love her. If you like, if you like, I tried to look through everything possible, and I cannot find a single problem with her. She doesn't really talk shit about people. She's got a good heart. She's talented as hell. I mean, she's got one of the best voices I've heard in a long time. And as you can see, I got Lady Gaga all over my wall, but I love her too. But you know, I'm talking about Adele right now. Adele's a great singer. She's great. I mean, she took home a bunch of Grammys and she deserved those. Absolutely. I think she deserved every single one of those. So, I mean, with that being said, I mean, it depends on who you're endorsing and why. Who deserves it, who doesn't, and why do they deserve it. So, that's all I have to say about that. I'm going on for way too long now. But, if you have any questions, comments, or whatever, or if there's a celebrity you think I should have mentioned and did not, or if you think or if you think I was wrong in any way, let me know. I could be, but this is just my opinion and solely Ray of Sunshine's point of view. So let me know. Bye.